welcome back to Holistic Healing by Tiamat. Today I would like to, oh, you can actually see the keypad, because, yeah, anyway, so sorry about that, but today I would like to talk about what exactly the Plutonian return is and what it means for you. So I am going to be doing at the end of this video a personalized astrology prediction for each star sign. However, first of all, I want to talk about exactly what the Plutonian return is. So, for those of you that don't know what Pluto is a small planet that is debatable, but it is a small planet that deals with feelings of rebirth and recycling. So whenever this comes up within our astrological charts, this shows us where we need to focus our energy on rebirthing, rechanneling, and changing the systems that we are living in. When Plutonian returns come up, this usually means that the foundations in which we are currently living in are going to be changing. So the last time that we did have a Plutonian return was about 250 years ago. I think it was actually 248 years ago, but someone can let me know down below if you know the exact time. But anyway, the last time that this happened was actually when America was founded. So this is going to affect the United States quite substantially, because I believe that the Plutonian return is affecting America more than the other continents. But again, that is not something that I have actually had the opportunity to research or know anything about, so that's not something that I am wanting to talk too much about today. However, Pluto is going to be in its return phase coming up after tomorrow. So if you're watching this when this has been uploaded, then the Plutonian return period starts tomorrow. But this is also, again, debatable, because it is difficult to time exactly when Pluto does reach its transits due to how it moves. I don't exactly know why that is, because I'm still learning. I'm only on my first part of my course, like the introduction phase, just after the introduction phase of my astrology course currently. So I'm not too sure about that part. However, what I do know is that when we are going through a Plutonian return period, this is going to cause a lot of deep, hidden things to come to the surface so that they can be changed and switched around. This is likely going to cause a lot of destruction within our current political and power dynamics that we are dealing with, because as things have to come down, new things have to come up. And so we are going to find as a collective that there is going to be a time throughout this Plutonian return period where we may feel like we don't have any leaders to follow. Hello, thank you for watching and commenting. I hope you're really well today. Anyway, so now I'm going to talk about the shadow side of the Plutonian return period. And so this is mostly the energy that we are going to be dealing with. And for this reason, a lot of people are fearing the coming return period, because they are unsure about exactly what it is going to mean for them, which I will get into in more detail later. But for those of you that are, I got distracted because the number of the people on the live changed. Sorry about that. Damn. Sorry about that. Can't even remember what I was saying now. Brain fog. Psychic attack. The shadow side of the Plutonian return period is actually going to be that a lot of people are probably going to lose their lives, because this is a very substantial rebirth and death cycle that is going to be taking place on Earth. So this is going to mean that a lot of people are not going to make it through this transit. So that's one of the most shadowy aspects to this period. But also because this is in Capricorn, this is taking place in Capricorn. What this means is this is going to be a time where you are feeling like you need to work really hard towards changing your life, and you are going to feel very unfulfilled during this time, because you are going to feel like you are putting in more work than you are getting out of it. And this is going to likely cause a lot of frustration and chaos within connections on Earth. Pluto also talks about destruction and the changing of power dynamics, and it is likely that the power dynamics are going to change because of the natural resources on Earth. So now we will talk about the light side of Pluto. The light side of Pluto is that it deals with things that are covered. It uncovers things that have been covered, which involves natural resources. So gold, diamonds, oil, things like that. It helps, the Plutonian return period is going to help the natural resources that have been currently been being mined by certain NGOs. That is going to, I believe, this is just my prediction, I believe it is going to mean that we are all able to forage and naturally mine from the earth more freely. Not necessarily to the point where we're all just going out with our spades, digging up crystals and gold everywhere. No, but there are going to be some kind of ease and restrictions. Not entirely sure, because again, I haven't gone through this yet, but these are my predictions. So I am also seeing that there is likely going to be some kind of like political power dynamic that is used to distract us. So we may hear about, I don't want to curse anything, but we may hear about the Queen of England passing away, or something big like that, like the United States of America may be assassinated or something like that, because this is likely going to be a distraction technique for the things that are happening behind the scenes, which is actually that there is a new leader that is ascending to their rightful power. And during this Plutonian return period, the person who is returning to their rightful power is going to get a lot of public recognition. This to the point where they may even actually become a leader of a tribe or a cult or something. And so you may be watching and thinking that you want to start to lead a new tribe or a cult or something like that, and this Plutonian return period is actually opening the door so that you can deal with this, because again, the shadow side of Pluto is cults. It is, I can't think of anything right now because I'm too busy thinking about occultism. You have to be really careful, because as other people are finding out more about this and they are looking further into this, you may find that people are trying to psychically attack you and also physically attack you during this time, because again, crime rate is going to go up. That is another thing that Pluto rules, is crime rate. So you are going to find that the crime rate rises drastically. And yeah, I am predicting that there is going to be quite a lot of war crime and terrorism as well, because of the pushback from the restrictions that we have been through, so it is likely that there is going to be quite a lot of terrorism as well. So make sure that you are staying safe if you are going out in public, and looking out for like shady behaviors and things like that. This is going to help you to stay safer throughout this period. Also, on the same day as the Pluto and it's in the same day as the Plutonian return, which will be tomorrow, there is going to be a Mars and Venus conjunction taking place. And this, again, because Saturn is a 8th octave of Mars, this is going to cause a lot of war. This may even cause a type of world war. I don't want to predict that, but it is going to cause a lot of chaos upon Earth, because we need to go through it in order to actually settle the foundations for where we are headed, because the way that the world is working right now isn't. The way that the world is working isn't. To be quite blunt and put it blankly, is that the right word? I can't tell, I'm channeling right now. Anyway, to put it bluntly, I don't know whatever the word is, whatever the saying, I'm sure someone will let me know when I'm finished with my verbal diary. See, that's the thing with channeling and logic, they don't work hand in hand. You use different sides of your brain, so I am struggling right now. Anyway, so I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, the Mars and Venus conjunction is again going to cause some kind of imbalance between your love and romantic relationships, which is likely going to make you feel more volatile. And again, this is a time that many people are going to be feeling volatile. So if you are in a relationship, you may want to kind of distance yourself from your partner throughout this time. This doesn't mean like heading out and like moving out from your partner, but what this means is you may want to focus on yourself and just tell your partner, hey, I'm gonna have a couple of days just to like meditate and just to work out exactly what it is that's going on in the world around me, because as this shift occurs, any and all plans that you had for the future may change. And the reason why I'm making this video today and doing all of this is because, and why I have uploaded so many videos today, is because I don't personally exactly know what this is going to mean for us all as a collective, but it could mean that our power supply goes down. I don't want to predict anything, but again, there is likely going to be some kind of rioting, some kind of war, some kind of angst on the streets, and this may affect our power distribution. I believe it will probably be short term, but I'm not sure, because again, I'm not sure. This has not happened for 250 years, so I'm only going off of Pluto's energy and what has happened in the past, off of retrogrades and the previous Plutonian return. And in the previous Plutonian return, there was a awful lot of chaos, and also in our last Mars and Venus conjunction, there was an awful lot of chaos. I will actually make a separate video about this instead of talking about this right now, because the last time this happened was in the 1980s, and it really was a very momentous time, and I would like to make a separate video to talk about that. But yeah, so you can already see now that this is going to be quite a dark time, and I'm sorry if this is scaring anyone, but actually knowing this is going to help you to prepare yourself for this, and it is going to help you to kind of like prepare for the worst, so that if anything bad does happen, you know what to do and you can follow my tips and advice that are on my channel. So I would also recommend, like, I don't mean to push my content, but I would recommend binge watching the content that I have created tonight, especially if you are a divine feminine, because this will help you if the power lines do go down to be able to lead your tribe and to lead those who are around you, because you will know all of this natural healing information, and it is likely that many people are going to need this healing information because there is going to be a lot of death. And I don't mean to say this in a way that's like scaring anybody or anything like that, but there is going to be a lot of time for reflection while you are going through this period, because there are going to be a lot of changes occurring, and some of them may be family members, friends, and people you know passing away. So you are going to need to make sure that you are clearing time in your schedule as well to make sure that you are grieving and processing everything that is going on around you, because if you're not careful, you may get caught up in the chaos around you. And so you don't want that. You really don't want that. You don't want to be caught up in chaos and violence. So you need to make sure that you are purifying your own energy. Let's see, now we have I think that is all that I can think of for this part. So I am now going to head into the astrological transits. I am just going to check on my notes to make sure. Okay, so I did actually want to talk about, there is on the 2nd of March, Pluto is going to be entering Aquarius, which is when this volatile energy may spread out. So rather than being contained in a small environment, it is likely going to spread out. Now, this is also going to be a really important time for us to connect with our own spirituality. However, this is going to be a difficult time for us to connect with other people, because we are all going to be finding that we are all in our egos when it comes to connecting with other people. So you are going to want to make sure that you are being as open and honest with your family and your friends as possible, so that you can relieve any pressure and stress that you have got. And let's see what else I wanted to talk about. Oh, and this is going to be just before the new moon in Pisces as well. So this is going to be, again, a new time for expansion, and you may find that you are having quite a lot of upgrades to your psychic gifts and your intuition. You may find that your third eye is activating, and you may find that you are actually kind of upgrading in life. Because of the way that you are able to healthily detach from the situation that is going on around you, you are going to find that you are getting a lot more emotional wisdom and EQ. Your EQ is going to advance and upgrade. So if you are someone who was previously thinking that you have been like a psychopath, this is not going to really be possible, because you are going to be forced into empathizing with other people because of everything that is going around, and you may find that you are becoming a little bit overwhelmed with your empathy responses. So you may again need to just take time to isolate yourself without your phone, without anything, just to do some meditation so that you can process all of the trauma that you have seen, because it is likely that you are going to see a lot throughout this time period. And again, I would recommend that you don't use social media too much throughout this time period, because a lot of people are going to be pleading for help, and if you're not in a good place yourself, you may find that you get dragged down into their lower vibrational energy instead of being able to ascend and uplift them out of their current energy. So you do have to be very careful with that. So this also is going to deal with a lot of hidden power dynamics that are coming to the surface. So things like the party that went on in Downing Street, this is going to become a lot more common after the Plutonian return. We are going to completely lose all respect for our government, because this is necessary so that new shifts can take place, so that the government that are not working for us anymore can be replaced by new people. So what this means is it's going to be happening very behind the scenes. It's going to be very quiet, and it's going to be kept almost a secret until the government and the people that are taking over from the current governing bodies are able to set their plans in motion and then release their plans that they have made to the public. So again, this is going to involve a lot of hidden power dynamics and a lot of structural rechanges. But for now, we are going to be distracted by a lot of news and like celebrity news and distractions in the mainstream media, such as we may find that we are hearing about a paedophile being caught because they are wanting to be like, look, we're finally doing something about the paedophiles, please don't take us out of power. Again, it's just a distraction technique, so make sure that you are using your third eye rather than your physical eyes and using your clairaudience rather than your physical ears, because you never know what other people are saying to you, maybe trying to deceive you. So just stay I don't want to say stay woke, but I'm gonna say stay woke. So stay woke, guys. Okay, so because of the Mars and Venus conjunction that is happening, these are major karmic cycles that are changing, which is going to lead us to have to go through a period of self-reflection, because, whoops a daisy, I need some water. I'm going to finish this in a minute because I have been going for a lot longer than I intended, and I don't really want to leave right now, but I need some water. So I don't want to leave while I'm in the middle of a flow state, because if I get up and come back, I might forget what I was in the middle of saying. And, oh, well, it's too late. I've already forgotten what I was going to say, so I'm off. Oh, I was in the middle of making a cup of tea. Sorry, guys. If you just heard me talking to myself. Sorry about that. Basically, I was just going to come and tell you guys that I am going to start doing it a little bit scripted now, because I was just having a little bit of thought, and I was thinking, I don't know why I even made notes if I'm just going to sit here and try and remember them. So I'm going to start to read the notes that I made, because I do feel like I'm embarrassing myself a little bit right now, because some of the things I'm saying, I'm going off of, well, in fact, everything that I was just saying, I was going off of my memory, because I didn't want to look down while I was doing this, because I didn't want to use my notes. I just created the notes so that I had, like mental notes as well. Anyway, so this is going to be an event that affects us for the next 20 to 25 years. What is happening in this return period is actually going to be a recurring theme, and it is going to stay constant throughout the next 20 to 25 years of our life. And we are going to find that there is going to be a lot of protests publicly. So these are going to increase because as the power dynamics shift, a lot of people are going to be unhappy with their current roles in society. One moment, I'm just going to make my cup of tea. So sorry about that, but I feel like YouTube needs a pause button on the lives like Instagram has, because I do just feel like sometimes when you're in the middle of a live, you want to stop to have a cup of tea or go to the toilet or something like that, and you can't. And so, yeah, it's not great. But anyway, we are also going to find that the banking is going to change, and for that reason, I have personally decided to switch up my banking, and I'm going to use um, my money to buy assets. I know it may seem like a silly thing to do, but I personally don't know what is going to shift and what is going to change. And before I even knew that it was affecting finances and banking, I had already decided upon this anyway because of the things that have been happening within my personal life. So I have made that decision myself, but I am not recommending anybody else to follow in my footsteps and to do that, because I do feel like that may be a little bit kind of silly to go and change all of your banking and things like that, because we don't know exactly what is going to be happening, so there's no point in doing it. But, and especially after watching a different astrology reading this morning, I know now that it's probably not going to make that much chaos within the banking industry, but I want to be very careful myself. And politics is really good where it's going to hit the hardest. So within our current prime minister, it's not, well, within our current presidential and ministry system, they are going to have to change because, again, they're not working for the people, and the people are getting tired of this. And so this is going to be a time where a lot of corruption is being brought to light, and because of this, it may make you feel very volatile again, because you are finding that the things that have been hidden from you are actually things that are really going to trigger you when you do find them out. And for that reason, you may want to just really pace yourself, so that if you are looking into new things, so that you are resting in between each new piece of information that you are looking into, to make sure that you are not overwhelming your third eye chakra, and to make sure that you are not, again, getting overloaded with information and trauma. So taking time for yourself is absolutely essential during this time. It is actually crucial. I would say that out of all of the things that I have said, taking time for yourself is the most important thing that I have said, because no matter what is going on out there, you need to make sure that you are okay in there, because oh boy, there is going to be some crazy stuff happening out there. But as long as your mental health and your physical earthly vessel is okay, that's what really matters. I need to take a sip of this drink. It's still like 100 degrees though, so I'm going to hold it for a moment. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is like me going between my emotional and my logical brain. And sorry about this, guys, but this is just the way that I do my readings. Yeah, this is a reading. It's actually a prediction, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. There's not much of a difference. So I think that I have actually covered everything now. Let me have a look. And there's also going to be a lot of manipulation that is coming up as well. People may try to manipulate you and manipulate the circumstances that they are going through, because they are going through their own power struggles and their own interpersonal struggles within their relationships. So other people may try to place that upon you. They may try to place blame upon you that is unnecessary, and that may cause you to feel like you are out of control and out of balance. Also, it is going to be a time of mass panic. So again, manipulation is going to be something that other people are doing in an attempt to control other people. So you have to make sure that you are regulating and looking after your own mental health to avoid being sucked into this mass panic, because otherwise you may find that even if you are just like self-isolating with one person, that they will drag you down into the depths of this reality if you're not careful. So you need to make sure that you are staying on top of your own mental and physical health. I will tell you a quick story about something. So before Christmas time, around Christmas time, I decided that I was going to help out someone who they helped me with their creativity and the things that they released through their creativity. However, I helped this person out, and I do feel like I gave this person quite a lot of my personal advice. And whoops, I didn't know you could see that. Um, anyway, um, I gave this person quite a lot of my personal advice. I gave them tips on how to read light language, and I told them ways to get out of difficult situations, because if you were wondering what I was doing, I was taking the label out of my cup of tea, because I had a label in my tea and nobody likes to drink bleached and dyed paper. So anyway, that was not relevant to this. You are going to find that you are going through a time where you feel like you can only trust those who are close to you, because of, again, the instability that other people are feeling. And that is what I was talking about. Not my friend, but this person was at a very low state in their mental health, and I could tell by the content that they were putting out that they were at a very fragile state in their own emotional security and in their physical reality. So I reached out to that person and I offered, again, all of my tips and tricks. Literally, I kind of gave them nearly every kind of part of wisdom and knowledge that I had, and that caused those people to take that wisdom that I had given them, to use it themselves and to turn it against me, to take the mick out of me. So for example, this is a different circumstance, but I have been talking a lot about the different colours and their meanings to your chakras and just their meanings in general. And the other day I had someone tell other people, as if it was their own idea, what the colour meant that we were talking about. And I knew intuitively by the way that the person looked at me afterwards that they were trying to get a rise out of me, but it didn't work. So anyway, but the reason why I was telling you that story is because before Christmas, I found that I extended a lot of help towards this person, who then used my help to turn it against me, which then put me in a very low vibration. Instead of that person being in a low vibration, I was in a low vibration, and I started getting really sick, really ill. I started I don't even really want to talk about it too much, but I lost a lot of weight and I became really unwell, to the point where I was convinced that I was going to die. This is the illest I've ever been in my entire life. I was having seizures, and I had like encephalitis, if you know what that is. If you don't know what that is, it's like swelling on your brain, and I was having really bad hallucination. Well, not necessarily like hallucinations. I was having a lot of visuals. So I have seen, that's one of the reasons why I felt called so much to talk about this, because I have already seen what is going to, I believe what is going to happen, and so I wanted to try and prepare you guys for this before it happens, because this is something that is going to change us all as a collective for good. This is not something that we are going to be able to go back on, and I do feel like it is going to help us all to empathize with each other a lot more, because 2021 was pretty narcissistic and psychopathic as a year. However, I do believe that both of these things are completely reversible, because I believe that when other people I believe that people become psychopaths from having a lot of pain placed upon them, and I believe that when they see other people having a lot of pain placed upon them, it makes them empathize with other people, and it stops them from wanting to hurt other people, and it takes away that psychopathic response in your brain, because when you see other people actually genuinely suffering and needing help, it makes you remember times when you have been in that yourself, and it causes you to empathize with them yourself. So I do feel like it is, as a collective, going to teach us all more about how to empathize and how to live with each other as a collective, because the way that the things that are working right now are not working very well for us, and many of us are turning more and more robotic from spending too much time with artificial intelligence. Sorry, YouTube, but it's the truth, and we are losing our own soul essence, which the 5G radiation is also contributing to, because radiation destroys our souls and it damages us. So it is really important throughout this time to make sure that you are retreating, so that you can, because there is something called compassion fatigue. My mum actually told me about this, but a couple of weeks ago I myself was at the point where I was just not responding to anyone. I was just kind of sitting like a robot like this, and every time someone would talk to me, I'd just go, uh-huh. And every time someone would try and like get me to involve myself in conversations, I would have a panic attack and like run out of the room or things like that. And that's because I saw these things coming. A couple of weeks ago, I saw all of these things coming, and it caused me quite a lot of pain and quite a lot of confusion. And I decided that I was going to try and restructure the world around me. This was before I actually knew what the Plutonian Return was. I just saw a lot of burning and fire in America. I don't really want to talk exactly about what I have seen in my visions, because these are not things that I feel like are good to talk about on YouTube, especially when there could be like young adults watching my content. So this isn't going to be for children to watch. However, I'm not going to put an 18+ restriction on it, so this means that young adults may be watching my content. So I don't want to say anything that is going to give you nightmares or visualizations yourself, because yeah. Compassion fatigue is basically when you are so worn out from empathizing with other people that you have no compassion left within you, that you are unable to emotively express your feelings towards other people, and you are unable to connect with other people in an emotional or physical level. So yeah, make sure that you are retreating and saving your own energy. Know as well that no matter what you do see, no matter what trauma does happen, that it is reversible. We can go back on this, because I don't want anybody to think like, oh no, this has happened and now life is going to be completely different. Yes, it's going to be different, but we can find solutions. We can find ways to stop things like this from ever happening again. One of the best ways to stop this from ever happening again is to strengthen our own selves so that we are always seeing the truth in what other people are saying, and so that we are not judging others, because we are all human. Now I would like to go into the last part of today's predictions, where I'm actually going to do my favourite part, where I am going to talk about what this means to each star sign. So first of all, I am going to go into Aries, as I am going to follow the traditional zodiac. I believe this is not the traditional, oh, I can't remember what it's called now. Great. What is it called? Oh, Spirit, please help me out here. Tropical? Sidereal. I can't remember. I'm going to go into the one that starts with Aries first. I can't remember whether it's tropical or sidereal. So, I'm going to start with Aries. I really, really love astrology. So, this, this whole thing's been about astrology, but I love the zodiac signs. So, this is my favourite part of the reading, because I have I haven't written any notes. I've stored information about what Pluto affects and how it is going to affect each star sign. So anyway, let's go into it. This is my favourite part. Sorry guys, I'm such a nerd. I've literally been waiting this whole time. This is like 42 minutes that I've been waiting to do this, and yeah, so sorry that I'm getting so excited. So, for Aries, this is going to actually be a time of financial prosperity for you, as you are going to be able to get a lot of the work done that you have been putting aside. You are going to be able to really ground yourself, and you're going to be able to see all of the things that are happening around you and feel inspired to make a change within your own life. And the changes that you are making are going to actually cause you to perhaps become a group leader or a public figure, something that is getting you recognition for the work that you are doing currently. It doesn't necessarily have to be like public recognition. This could be you are getting a job at, like, if you wanted to work for something like Gaia or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know exactly what Gaia is. I don't know why I said that. Gaia is a spiritual networking app, but I didn't want to talk too much about it because I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say that, because I'm not trying to advertise. Oh, but you can, because you can definitely talk about things like this, because you can talk about Patreon and things like that. So anyway, so you may find that you are getting a job for a company that is working on spiritual upliftment, such as Gaia or Unity Consciousness, or gosh, what else? Universe inside you. So this is going to be a time for Aries to actually take that opportunity that is being handed to you and really run with it, because you don't know when you are going to be getting a chance like this again. Plutonian returns only happen every 250 years, so whatever it is that you are going to be going towards, though, I can see that it is something that you are going to want to be very careful with, because this is going to again be something that affects your life over the next 20 to 25 years. So I am predicting that you are going to be starting a new job, and this is going to be a job that you are staying in for quite a while. So for those of you that are ruled by Aries, you are going to find that it is maybe a little bit difficult for you to stay in this field of work, so you have to pick something that really makes you happy, because because Aries often are my signs that are wanting to move on to one career to the next in a quick succession, but you are being called to actually focus on the one thing that you really would like the one main focus that you have, so that although you can have other side projects and other things that are going on in your life, you need to make sure that you are concentrating your energy towards one thing so that you can become a successful teacher towards other people. Think that is all for Aries. Also, Aries, I'm afraid to say that there is actually, you have been moving a little bit sneakily. You have been going behind the scenes to do something that you perhaps should not have, and this is going to be completely coming out to light. So you are going to be shown exactly for who you are, both your shadow and your light polarities, and this may cause you to feel a little bit raw and exposed, because again, light is really going to be on you throughout this time, and so you may find that you are feeling very vulnerable, raw and exposed. That's the main thing that I am feeling for my Aries, is that you're going to feel like you are uncovered and almost like a naked baby. You're going to feel like cold and shivering and like, oh, this wicked world is looking at me kind of thing. So you need to be mindful about that. Now I am going to move into Taurus. So for those of you that are ruled by Taurus, this is actually going to be a really great time for you. This is going to be probably one of the best times in your life, because although you are going to find that it is really difficult having to pick up the pieces for those who are around you, you are going to be working really well. And in fact, Aries and Taurus are going to be working really well together, because you are the leaders of the zodiac signs. So you are going to be working really well together, and there is a need for you to communicate with each other. So if you have got major placements in Taurus and Aries, you are going to want to make sure that you are looking into both of them and looking into what exactly they mean for you. Because, so for example, if your sun sign isn't necessarily in either, then you are going to want to look at exactly what it means, where their placements, what they mean. So for example, if you've got Taurus in your moon sign, you are going to find that you are more stubborn than other people. Or if you've got Aries in your rising, you're going to find that you are always feeling very inspired. Just take it however it resonates, but I'm going to go back into Taurus now. However, you are going to find, Taurus babies, that you are going to work really well with Aries, loves. So, Taurus, you are going to be ascending and going towards your actual eventual outcome in the world, because you are my leaders, you are my empresses, you are my queens, or if you are a masculine, then you are my emperors. Aries is more the emperors, but yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, you're going to find that you are in this king queen energy throughout this time. You are going to find that you are dealing with the destruction that is going on around you really well, because you are able to ground yourself throughout whatever is going on around you. And although other people may think that you are being very selfish and cold or callous, this is because you are trying to protect your own emotions so that you don't get drawn into all of the negativity that is going on in the world around you. And because of this, you are going to find that you are a little bit detached from the Plutonian Return. You may even kind of not really notice that it is going on, because again, you're just going to keep plodding towards the things that you are creating, and for those of you who are around you, they are going to feel like you are being selfish, but you are being called to keep focused, because you are going to be the person out of all of the star signs that other people are going to be flocking to for help throughout this time period. So you need to make sure that you are staying strong within yourself, because although other signs may have their own roles to play and they may be taking the lead, you are going to be the ones that are grounding all of this information. So what that means is you are going to be the ones that is helping people on the physical level. So you are going to be the ones that are going out into the community and reshaping the community. You're going to be the ones that are putting out petitions to the government, and you are maybe even going to be going out and protesting yourself, whether you are doing a peaceful or a non-peaceful protest. That is up to you. That is on you, and I never told anybody to do anything on this reading today. So yeah, there is also going to be a lot of corruption around you, Taurus, but you are going to stay fully grounded in your own integrity. So Taurus is often associated with truthfulness, with the ability to speak your truth no matter what, and you are going to find that your throat chakra is going to be going through new expansions, and because of this you are going to be able to communicate with other people a lot better. Gross. Also, Taurus, you are going to find that you are able to, if you want to, start a family during this time. And you may also be grouping together the parts of your family, and this is where you are going to be feeling at your best, because as homebodies you are going to be able to not only guide and lead your family, but you're going to be able to protect, nurture, and keep your family safe, which helps you to feel better about yourself, and it helps you to know that you are doing the right thing, because you are dedicated to those who are around you. So yeah, this is definitely going to cause you to feel a little bit destructive in some ways as well when it comes to your family. If your family are getting hurt or upset by this, you are going to really want to like go for blood, and I'm hearing you're going to want to start world wars if it comes to your children or your parents. And so that is where you need to make sure that you are calling back your energy and healing yourself, because you cannot be responsible for everybody. I think that is everything. There's definitely you're going to be going through like a glow up process when it comes to your finances, your beauty, your health, all of those type of things, because you are able to deal with all of the things that are coming through to you, because you are one of the only star signs that has the ability to actually take all of this weight upon your back and to transmute it into light. So because of this you are going to be really reaching a ascended place in society. You may find that you are, if it's just within your family, you may find that you are taking the role as the mother or the father or whatever it is. Doesn't mean that you're going to be like replacing anybody in your tribe. What it means is the people who were seen as the mothers previously or the fathers previously are going to be, they're going to stay in the community, but they're going to be looking to you for advice, for motherly wisdom, and for nurturing. So you are going to find that you are having to open your arms up to new people, to new connections that you have never even thought about before, because people are in need of you, because you are so strong throughout this period that other people are going to need you for advice and maybe even financial support. So making sure that you are looking after your own assets, so that if other people do want financial support from you, that you are able to provide this without breaking your own bank, or without going without yourself, or without making your family go without. So you are going to find that you are having a lot more resources available to you. You may find as well that you are having a lot more natural resources coming into your life. You may find that you are finding it easier to forage because you have new levels of energy, and you may also find that you are finding the things that you are trying to forage easier because your third eye chakra is going to be going through a expansive process, as well as your throat chakra going through an expansive process. So you are going to be able to communicate the things that you find out to other people as well. That is everything for you, Taurus, that I am. Also, again, you may find that you are getting pregnant during this time. Sorry to say this, but because you are going to be spending a lot of time in your home and you're going to be spending a lot of time healing other people, you're going to find that you have got a lot of love to give. And we all know what happens when people are isolating with each other and they've got a lot of love to give. So you may likely find that you get pregnant, and you may also find that those around you are also getting pregnant, because this is all to do with this year's life path number 6, which I will make a different video about, but that is one of the reasons why this is all happening. However, anyway, I now want to go into Gemini. So for Geminis, this is going to be a time for you to give up one career path and to choose another career, because the career that you were currently working on has not been going so well for you, and you are finding that you are losing more than you are gaining now. So you are wanting to cut your losses, and if this is a business that you are owning, you are possibly thinking about either selling it or just completely setting up shop and abandoning any and all visualizations and projects that you had, because you are feeling unmotivated and uninspired by them anymore, and you feel like you are causing a problem in the world. So sorry to say that. But you are going to be connecting heavily with your own light polarity, and again, you're going to be empathizing with those around you who are going through darkness. That's where your dark polarity is going to be kind of drained. So you probably know this, but the Gemini is associated with the twins. So this astrological chart is actually known for not only their ability to be very, very loving, but also their ability to be very dark. However, the people who are ruled by Gemini are usually considered more loving and more heavenly than dark. So you are going to find that your dark polarity is kind of being drained into finding help for other people, and you are going to find that you are, again, not really wanting to have too much of, I don't know if I already said this, but you're not really wanting to have too much of a physical connection with other people, because you are so overwhelmed by everything that is happening in your environment. You may even be going through a period of, what's the word? Impotence. So you may find that you are unable to be sexually aroused by anything that is going on around you. This is actually normal. This happens to us all whenever we go through things that are traumatic. We feel that we can't necessarily go on in the same way that we were going on, and that causes us to lose our libido, our life force energy, which then causes us to not feel like masturbating or not feel like having sex with our loved ones. And you may feel like you are less masculine or less feminine because of this, but don't allow anyone else to make you feel like you're not good enough, because during this time there are going to be more important things to worry about than what other people are saying about you or doing behind your back. Yes, I can see that you are going to need to focus on the new things that you are trying to create in your life so that you can cut any and all losses. Now let's find out, as that is all I'm really feeling from Gemini. Again, you may want to make sure that you are I've already said this in the main part of the reading, but you are going to want to make sure that you are reclusing so that you can nurture your own energy so that you can stay sane. That is all. Now I am going to go into Cancer. Yeah, Cancer. No. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Now I am going to go into Cancer. Sorry. So, for those of you that are ruled by Cancer, you may find that you are spending a lot of time looking into other people's lives, especially when it comes to work. You're going to find that you are almost stalking other people, and because of this, you are going to need to bring your energy back to yourself because you don't want to become so heavily invested in other people's energy that you forget what is going on in your life. So, you are going to have to take this time to make sure that you are looking after yourself, nurturing yourself, and putting in the energy that you wish other people would put into you, into yourself. Because, my Cancers, you are very nurturing, you are very loving. So, you have got the ability to love self in that same way if you see yourself as someone who is worthy of that love. So you may want to go through some self-reflection, through some self-esteem boosting exercises, and just really clearing out any and all negative energy within your auric space, my Cancer babies, because there are going to be a lot of people who are needing help, and you are going to find that you are wanting to help everybody. So because of this, you may want to team up with a Taurus or an Aries because they are going to be able to help to lead or guide you through this. But you may be able to do it all yourself. I'm not saying that you do need anyone else. I'm not saying that you are codependent, but it is going to help to take the pressure away from you if you are feeling supported and nurtured and grounded. For that reason, I would definitely recommend that you are grounding yourself with a Taurus, because Taurus and Cancerian people have a very, very special bond that is sacred just for them, and they are two of the most, in fact, I think they are the two most powerful soulmate connections that you can get. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that they are the most two compatible astrological signs that you can get. Next to, is it? Yeah, it's definitely Cancer and Taurus, and then Aquarius, and I can't remember. I think it's Aquarius and Gemini. I'm pretty sure it's Aquarius and Gemini are the next two best partnerships, but don't hold me to that because I haven't looked into that for quite some time. Anyway, so you are going to find, Cancer, that you are needing to share your feelings with other people rather than just looking into other people's lives. You are wanting to express your feelings, so whether this is through some kind of communication or whether this is through your work, you are going to want to make sure that you are staying open and honest with those who are around you, because people will notice that you are going through a lot, and if you're not being open and honest about your feelings, you may find that you are getting lost, and you really want to make sure that you are being heard. That is all for my Cancerian loves. Now I am going to, go into Leo. Hello, Leo. So, for those of you that are ruled by Leo, this is going to be a time for you to actually start to take charge in your own financial stability, because you may have found that up until this point you were kind of just like manifesting a lot into your life and not holding on to it. So this time is actually really going to call you to look towards the things that you are wanting to ground in your life rather than just having coming through your life. And this is going to help you to feel more inspired about your projects. You're going to feel more passionate, and you're going to actually feel quite you're almost going to feel annoyed by this return phase, because you are not going to want to help other people out because you feel like you have got a lot going on in your own life, and you feel like it is, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but you feel like it is an inconvenience to your life that this is coming up. So you are actually feeling very frustrated that this has happened when you are at a period of feeling very free and feeling very happy. So you are going to perhaps get a little bit volatile, and this is going to cause you to maybe engage in the more lower vibrational things that are going on around you. However, you are going to like be leading them. So I'm hearing that if there are protests going on, you are going to be the first one out there leading other people through these protests, and you have to be careful, because just make sure that you stay safe, guys, because you're not invincible and you're not unbreakable. So know your limits, and make sure that you know that other people are people too. So if you are going to be protesting or rioting or anything like that, then please don't like hurt other people thinking that they don't have feelings, or thinking that they are not human beings, because we are all human beings. So please bear that in mind with whatever it is that you are doing. Just because someone has stood against you does not mean that they are not human beings. And yes. So for you Leos, this is going to be a very expansive time for you, and you're going to find that you are needing to ground yourself, because otherwise you are going to be very caught up in the lower vibrational side of things. And again, you're going to find that this is an inconvenience to your life. So you are going to find that those who are needing support from you at this time are actually a hindrance to your own ascension journey, and you may find that you are getting very annoyed and frustrated with those who are around you. So you may need to just take some time to do some meditation and grounding, so that you can really see the truth, the situation that is going on around you, because you may be thinking that your family and friends are against you when they're not, or you may be thinking that everyone is supporting you when they're not. So you just need to make sure that you are grounding yourself and doing a little bit of mindfulness meditation. You can watch my previous video on how to get into a meditation routine if you feel called to. However, you don't have to. But that is all that I am feeling called to channel for you, Leo. I am now going to go into Virgo. So, hello Virgos, this is going to be a time for you where you are actually not able to do a lot. Because of your mutability, you are going to find that you are so shocked with the circumstances that are going on around you that you are unable to even, like, you're going to be immobilized. So you are going to be in a state of panic, maybe even a state of hysteria, and because of this you are going to find that you are losing quite a lot of things around you. This may be finances, this may be friendships, this may be relationships. Take it however it resonates, but clearing out any and all low vibrational energies. You are going to find that this loss is causing you to feel like you are at a point in your life where you need support from other people, and this is where the Aries and Taurians around you are going to come in handy. So if you are someone who watches a lot of news, you're going to want to make sure that you are listening to those who are leading in a wise way and not doing it in a way that is selfish, because there are going to be a lot of people who are trying to push their agendas onto other people in a low vibrational way, so in a greedy and masochistic way. No. Yeah, well, is it masochistic? Or is it sadistic? I don't know. Who cares? What I mean is other people, I think it is masochistic. I think I've been saying this wrong my whole life. Anyway, there are going to be other people who are wanting to hurt other people to help themselves feel better about themselves, and you are going to feel very shocked by this. So you are going to want to kind of like isolate yourself, and when you listen to Taurian and Aries leaders, you are going to find that you are able to connect with your own divinity and your own light rather than worrying about the more negative side of things. And you may also feel like you are wanting to get out into nature a little bit more, and you are also going to find that when you are losing these things around you, you are going to actually be kind of grateful that you're losing these things, because although it sounds kind of contradictory, you're going to realize that you never wanted these things in the first place, and that the whole reason why you manifested them into your reality was because you didn't feel good enough in yourself to go for the things that you actually do want. So this time period is going to help you to reevaluate everything that is going on in your life. It's going to help you to reevaluate all of the choices and decisions you have made, and this the major karmic cycle that is ending with the Mars and Venus conjunction is going to help you to really focus on your own love life and see where it is that you are wanting to have more stability and where you're wanting to have more commitment and more of a connection. Because I am predicting for my Virgo babies that you are going to be perhaps going through a breakup, and that's not something that I should really predict, but you are going to be going through a time in your life when things are changing and shifting quite a lot. So you are going to find that your usual stable nature isn't so stable, and especially if you have, this is only for some of you, but especially if you have a Taurian sister, you're going to find that the things that have been mentioned have been the truth, and this is going to cause you to feel very lost and very stuck within yourself. And if you have a Taurian brother, you are going to find that they are taking the lead, and so if you are older, then you're going to find that this is something that is causing you a lot of distress and pain, because you always thought that you were going to be the leader, and now this brother has taken your place. But just take it however it resonates. These are just situations that I'm seeing within my mind's eye as I am channeling. So I am now going to go into, this is where I always get stuck, Libra, I believe. Yeah, I'm now going into Libra. So for those of you that are ruled by Libra, this is going to be a time where you are actually very frightened. You are going to be clinging onto other people because you are unable to use your own intuition and discernment throughout this time, because you are going to find that you are very again shocked by the things that are going on around you, but your shock is going to be more of a state of where when like it's going to be trauma. It's going to be like you're going to be shell shocked, and I don't mean to say this in a negative way, but I do feel like you are going to experience something that is going to traumatize you for the rest of your life, and because of this you are going to, throughout this whole time period, be needing to heal from this. So you are going to need to actually spend probably even the rest of the 20 to 25 years doing a lot of deep healing, especially for those of you masculines that are ruled by Libra, sorry, but you are going to be finding that your masculinity is feeling questioned, and so you are going to want to make sure that you are working on feeling your ultimate self in whatever way that looks like for you. So you may find that moving on from this return, there's actually going to be 3 returns, but I will leave that in the description. You are going to find that this is leaving you feeling like a shadow of your former self, and you're going to be pushed into your shadow side in order to balance the energy, and you're not going to be able to accurately judge the situation that is going on around you, because usually you're very good at judging the world around you and judging the things that are going on around you. However, you're not going to be able to judge these things that are going on around you because you are in so much fear and panic. This is for those of you that are already feeling a little bit vulnerable and weak as well. Just know that you are being supported and loved by those who are around you as well. You are going to be having a lot of support throughout this time, and there are going to be a lot of people who are wanting to bring you into their circles, who are wanting to go out with you, who are like, if you are not dating, then this is like friends and family. They are going to want to take you out for days out, nice trips out and things like that, just to kind of take your mind away from everything that is happening in the world, because you are going to be someone who is very affected by this, and for this reason your family and friends are going to want to make sure that you are not getting too heavily engrossed in all of the negativity that you are seeing and going through. So they're going to try and uplift and ascend your vibration. Now I am going to go into Scorpio. Now, for those of you that are ruled by Scorpio, you're going to find that this is one of the best times in your life. Again, fixed sign energy is really going to go through this kind of a breeze, because you're used to things going badly in your life, or you have had bad things happen in your life and you know how to deal with them. So for my Scorpio babies, you are going to be finding that you are actually happy, and you're going to be finding that you are having a lot of stability within your emotional and financial reality, because you are going to stay putting in all of the work that you have been putting. You may be having quite a lot of sex during this time, because you are, again, there's like the fight, flight or fuck response to I don't usually say that word to trauma. And I can see that, Scorpio, this is your biggest talent, is that when things are going badly around you, you become even sexier, you become even hotter. So my fellow Scorpios, wherever it lies in your chart, I am seeing that you are going to be really feeling yourself. You're really going to be like, you may want to wear the color black because you are wanting to attract more people into your energy. And you are going to find that you are able to connect with other people in a way that you haven't been able to connect with them before. And again, you're going to be having a lot of passionate time with people, and you may even also get pregnant as well. So you may want to watch Taurus if you have got any Taurian placements, but I am seeing that you are going to have a lot of fertility and a lot of abundance in your life in the coming times, and this is going to be something that is helping you to choose a pathway for yourself that is going to benefit you and your whole family. So you're going to really be laying foundations throughout this time period, and you're going to be able to help other people through their own sadness and their own darkness. You are, however, going to be asked by spirit not to gossip, because I am aware that my Scorpios are likely to be gossiping about other people, and you are being called to refrain from this, because the more that you gossip about other people, the less progress you can have in your own life. And I am definitely seeing, I have foreseen that you are going to be jealous of the other fixed signs very heavily, and you may even be jealous of some of the other signs, but you are going to be very jealous of those who are also being successful. And for this reason, it may cause you to get like, I don't want to predict this too much, but you may get neglected by those around you because you are spending too much time focusing on what other people are doing, and that is causing you to become very sour, which other people around you are noticing, which is then going to cause you to become rejected by those people, and it is going to re-trigger your abandonment wounds from when you were a child, which is going to lead you to act out even more. And if these people don't understand why you are acting out like this, you may lose them for good, and that's not something that you want to do. So you are going to want to make sure that you are being open and honest with those around you about any kind of jealousy, any kind of feelings that you do have, so that you can have your worries eased, and so that you can stop being so bitter towards the people that you are jealous of. And that is all that I really wanted to get for you, Scorpio, today. But yeah, you also may find that if you are spending too much time looking into other people's energy, that you are going to lose a lot. So just be careful and mindful of where you're putting your energy. I am now going to go into Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius, this is going to be a pretty crazy time for you, because you are going to be my fire starters. You are going to be the ones that are out there making the big moves. You are going to be ones either on your platforms, or you may even be out in the streets on your platforms. That is definitely something that I am seeing coming. Take it however it resonates, but you are going to be the ones that are out there in the streets making the big waves. You are the ones that are going to be putting these plans into motion. As much as other people may be trying to direct you, you are going to be focused on what it is that you are trying to create, and you are kind of going to enjoy this kind of hell on earth period, because it's going to remind you of your home ground. So you are going to feel like you are thriving throughout this. You're going to, I don't mean to say this in like a Machiavellian way, but you're going to kind of enjoy seeing other people suffer, because it's going to make you feel more powerful. And yeah, so you do need to make sure that you are trying to empathize with other people, because if you are at a point where you are feeling powerful from other people's suffering, you need to ask yourself, take a step back and ask yourself, why does it make you happy that other people are suffering? So yeah, you need to look into your own intentions, and perhaps think about any changes that you need to make within your own life. also you are going to find that you are very connected with your own shadow side. So you are going to be wanting to express your darkness to other people, and this is actually going to help you, because when you are expressing your darkness to other people, you're going to find that your feelings of depression and anxiety are completely being eased, and you are able to really think clearly, and that is going to help you to make more waves. And you may also be settling down, so this is specifically for like one collective of you. Like for some of you, if you don't feel like you want to settle down, then don't. But for those of you that have been feeling like settling down, I can see that there is going to be a divine feminine coming into your life. It's potentially going to be actually another star sign, maybe even a twin flame connection, but there is going to be another fire sign that is coming into your life that feels the same kind of passion as you do, and that wants to make this connection last with you. So yeah, during this Plutonian return period, you are going to be really charged up, really fired up, and again, you are going to be perhaps the people who are starting the big waves, the big movements on the streets, because of the information that you have and the passion and the desire you have to take down the current system that we are living in. And if you are someone who is working, so there are many Sagittarius people who are also working on content creating or working in business roles as well. I have actually seen a couple of them who are on YouTube, and they are doing well within their lives. So for those of you that do fit into that category, you are going to find that the work that you are putting out is getting a lot of recognition, and that you are being pushed to the top of your society because you are taking the movements that are needed to actually change the world around you, and other people are feeling uplifted and inspired by this, and they are going to start following your lead, and they may not give you credit for it, so you have to be very careful about what you are putting out there. But yeah, this is going to be a very fruitful and abundant time for you as well, Sagittarius. That is all that I am feeling called to. Oh, and music career. Your music career is really going to take off. It is really going to take off. Take it however it resonates, but for those of you that are in some kind of like music duo or like some kind of band or something, this is going to be an amazing time for you guys. Like seriously, this is going to be an amazing time for you guys. You're going to be getting public recognition, you're going to be getting money, you're going to be getting fans, you're going to be getting followers, you're going to be getting friends, you're going to be getting family, and you're going to be just living your life to its fullest. So yeah, that is what I am seeing for you, Sagittarius. And also, for those of you that are my psychics or tarot readers or anyone like that, you are going to be experiencing massive shifts within your love life, and this is going to cause you to feel emotionally fulfilled within yourself. You're not going to be feeling frustrated with people who have been playing you, because you're going to see them for who they are and for what they have done to you. So you are going to be completely ascending and going through a complete transformation period and a glow up, so to speak. You may want to watch the video I have coming out this evening about what the tea is on your glow up. But however, you are going to be able to take some time away from your psychic side, your higher chakras, so that you can really ground yourself in your lower chakras, and this is going to help you to feel more at home and more at peace, especially as those of you who are ruled by Sagittarius may often find that throughout your life you are feeling ungrounded, and this is why you are going to be going through this time where you are kind of forced into relaxing and going into your lower chakras, because otherwise you would burn yourself out. And so you are going to be finding that throughout this time you are actually getting more in touch with your own emotions, and you are going to find that not only are you going towards the things that make you passionate, but you are going to be finding that you are making things work for you. And I am just going to read that comment. I went to, because I didn't want to finish what I was saying, but I would like to. Oh no, are you kidding? It's not going to come up again. I will reply to the comments. Ah, I saw that. Ah, I can't remember where your placements were. I just saw Aquarius. Oh, I really wanted to talk about it. Never mind. Thank you for commenting, by the way. Mwah. And yeah, that's really all that is going to be coming up for my Sagittarius collective. So now I am going to move into Capricorn. So, wow, Capricorn, this is going to be a big time. A big time, because you are in your element. Out of all of the star signs, you are going to be in your element, which is not necessarily going to be a positive thing. However, you are going to make this work for you, because see, the thing is that you are going to find that you are putting in a lot of energy into working, and you are getting a little bit burnt out because your desire to make your physical realm work for you. However, this is going to help you to feel like you are achieving things in life, and you are going to feel like you are able to do the groundwork that is required of you. You may feel like a lot of people are trying to distract you and to take your attention away from your work projects, but this is because the people around you are seeing how dedicated you are to your work ethic, and they are a little bit concerned about your health. So you are being called to take some time away from work so that you can enjoy yourself, so that you can actually just really be free, because those of you who are ruled by Capricorn may feel like your whole life is just work and stress. So you are being called to really unbind yourself from your work so that you can actually focus on your family and the things that are around you that you are working for, because the chances are, if you're working really hard, you're probably working for a family or for something, and you need to make sure that you are spending time with your family or doing things that actually make you happy, as well as helping other people and working towards the upliftment of the whole of the collective. So this is going to be a time where you are perhaps feeling called to collaborate with other people, especially other earth signs, and especially the Taurians, because you are going to find that they are leading you and guiding you through this in a way that is healthy for yourself. I'm not saying that you are not necessarily healthy, but you may have the tendency to get very attached to your physicality, and so having people around you who are other star signs, they are going to help you to see the bigger picture, and they're going to help you to work out what it is that you would like to create with your own spiritual health, if you are interested in that as well. I'm also seeing that health and fitness is going to be something that is a very big key defining feature within your life, because you are going to want to make sure that you are staying fit and healthy so that you can deal with any and all things that come towards you, and you are also going to want to make sure that you are staying fit and healthy for your own health, so that you are feeling better in yourself, because you may be finding that you are going through or have just been through a period of low mood and anxiety, and when you look after your own body, you are going to find that you are feeling better in your own emotions and your physical body as well. And last but not least, no, not last but not least, duh, uh, sorry, I'm going to go into Aquarius now. So for those of you that are ruled by Aquarius, this is going to be a time for you to really connect with your own spirituality, to re-find your own faith, and to nurture yourself, because this is going to be a very distressing time for you. As my humanitarians, you are going to be feeling everything that is going on around, and I do feel like my lovely viewer who commented is an Aquarius moon sign. I'm just going to look because I think I can bring it up. Oh no, I can't. Oh yeah, you are an Aquarius moon. Snap. So anyway, you are going to be finding that throughout this time, my Aquarius babies, that you are needing to focus on your spiritual connection, your connection with the divine, your connection with God, because otherwise you are going to feel very depressed, very depleted, and very low. And you are going to be called to use your gifts and talents to help other people. So connecting to your own faith and your own spiritual wisdom is going to help you to be able to share that same spiritual wisdom and faith with other people who are currently feeling very lost and confused. And you are going to find that you are someone who is actually taking the spotlight, and other people are going to be kind of looking at you as if you are a star during this time, which you're not unfamiliar with. You are, as an Aquarius, you are used to this type of reaction, but this is going to be something that is different to how you have ever experienced this before, because this is going to be you in your element. So this is going to be, not only are you going to be helping other people, but you're going to be getting public recognition for helping other people. So you are going to be feeling really good about yourself, but you're going to be feeling really bad about the circumstances that are happening in the world, if that makes sense. So you are going to need to make sure that you are connecting with your gods and the divine, so that you can pray for those who are going through suffering, and so that you can just keep your heart open and receptive to all of the good things that are coming into your life. Because when we go through a lot of negativity and a lot of darkness, we can get into the thought patterns that our life is always going to be that way, and that we are always going to be stuck in negativity. But when you connect with your God and the divine, then you are going to find that you can see a more positive way throughout this situation, and you are able to uplift yourself and others around you. So that is all that I am being called to channel for you guys today. I am now going into the final Pisces. So hello Pisces, this is going to be a very, very intensive period for you, because you are the ones who basically kind of predicted this before other people even knew that this was going to be happening, because you are the transformative, the innovative astrological signs. So you are going to find that other people are looking towards you for advice, but you are also going to find that you are not able to give people advice during this time. So for the next few weeks, you are going to find that you are not really wanting to talk with a lot of people. You're not really wanting to engage with other people, because you are dealing with a lot of emotions, as your intuition is going to be getting a lot of hints from the lower vibrational dark times that are taking place on Earth. You're really going to need to just make sure that you are reclusing yourself so that you can nurture yourself, because otherwise you may find that you are getting compassion fatigue, which I have spoken about previously if you wanted to go and check that out. But yeah, you really are going, your finances are going to stay the same as they are now. So you don't need to worry about your stability. Your physical stability is going to remain the same, but your emotional stability is going to be taking a kind of a toll. So you are going to have to make sure that you are engaging in your spiritual practices and your meditation techniques so that you can stop yourself from getting too depressed and anxious over this, because otherwise, if you're not careful, you may find that you're spending your whole time looking towards all of the negativity and you're unable to get your head out of this. So for my Pisces, you are really being called to take some time for yourself and to make sure that you are grounding yourself in nature, because this is going to help you to feel more positive and more pure-hearted, because there is going to be a lot that is causing you to feel distressed throughout this time, and you are needing to keep yourself safe. That is all that I am channeling for you today, but please let me know down below if it did resonate, and if you did watch this all the way to the end, please put a little ghosty symbol in the comments, because I am interested in seeing who actually watched it all the way through. And I will see you next time. Please like, subscribe and comment if you feel drawn to, and hit the notification bell to always be notified when I am uploading. Was there anything else? Oh, I am also going to be uploading a tarot reading to my tarot channel this evening, which you can check out. This is going to be what is the tea on your glow up, and I look forward to seeing you guys later. Goodbye, one love, namaste.